Alex Ovechkin should have already broken Wayne Gretzky's goal record, and here's why. Up until this point in his career, Ovi has gone through 2 lockouts and multiple shortened seasons due to a thing called COVID. So that's a lot of games missed and a lot of games where he could have scored a lot of goals. So let's start with the first lockout, which was in 2004-2005, his draft year, which was shut down completely. So 82 games gone due to a labor dispute. So he misses out on his draft year and doesn't get to play his first season in the NHL until the 05-06 season, where he scored 52 goals. Now imagine if he was able to play in his draft year and play a full season. We're talking about probably another 50 goals. And just so we get this out of the way, a lot of these numbers are going to throw at you are projections. So if he were to play in his 04-05 draft year, it's likely he would have scored 50 plus goals. And here's why. In 05-06, like I mentioned, his rookie year, quote unquote, he scored 52 goals. The following season, 46. The season after that, 65 goals. That's in his first 3 years, which is unbelievable. What a machine. No doubt about it, the greatest goal scorer the game has ever seen. He hasn't broken the record yet as of recording this, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's the greatest goal scorer because he's going to blow past Wayne Gretzky's record. So if you take into account all 3 of those seasons and you average it out, that's 54 goals this season. So let's say we tack on 54 goals that he would have scored in his first year to the 875 that he scored through his first 19 seasons. And what do? You get 875 plus 54. He would be at 929 goals heading into this current season. Record already broken, and quicker than Gretzky did it, he would be well on his way to 1,000 goals, assuming that he would play this season and the season after that. Now, let's look at the second lockout, which was a shortened season, 48-game season. Ovechkin scored 32 goals in those 48 games, which averages about 0.67 goals per game. Had that season been a full 82 games, he would have scored, you guessed it, another 54 goals. Tack that on to the 929 we projected if he played in his rookie season, and we're at 983 goals before this current season even starts. All right, now to the COVID seasons, and they're a bit more complicated because he did miss some time due to COVID protocols. You remember that? Players would have a sniffle and they would say, hey, you can't play, you might have COVID. He also had a lower body injury, so let's just assume that if he were to play 2 full seasons during COVID, even with some injury time, he probably would have racked up at least 35 to 40 plus goals in each of those seasons. And I know anything can happen, injuries, yada, yada, yada. But for a guy who's basically been relatively healthy his entire career, he's only missed 75 regular season games. He's never missed a playoff game. This guy, he's a healthy player, and there's no reason to think that he would have gone through those seasons and picked up an injury. I know anything can happen, but these are just projections. This isn't concrete. I'm just trying to explain to you people what Ovechkin is doing right now is remarkable. And he actually should have blown past that record a very long time ago. And before you say it, I know Wayne Gretzky played 80 games per season in his first 13 seasons. And in the following couple seasons after that, they went to 84 games. And then there was a shortened season that was just 48 games played. So I get it. Wayne Gretzky also missed out on a lot of goals. But I still think, even if Gretzky were to add those extra 2 games per season and have another full season that wasn't locked out, Ovechkin probably still would have caught him. Back to Ovechkin in those COVID seasons. So 2 full seasons to score 40 plus goals. He would easily be at 1,000 plus goals right now. That is incredible to think of, considering this has been a 32-year-old record that Wayne Gretzky has held, that at one point was talked about as insurmountable. One of the records in all sports that maybe could never be broken, because it sounded so unlikely that a player was going to come into the league, stay relatively healthy for 20 seasons, and score nearly 900 goals. It does not happen. So what Ovechkin is doing right now, even with the lockouts and all this stuff, it is absolutely incredible. He deserves his flowers. And he still might do it in less games than Wayne Gretzky, which is unbelievable to think about in itself. So once a record that everyone thought was insurmountable, the Great 8 might do it in less games. It's unbelievable. So please let me know what you think, because I believe that what Ovechkin is doing right now is actually more impressive than what Gretzky did. And that may be a hot take. That's just how I feel. And the guy should be at 1,000 goals at least by now, without all the stoppages and all these things that happen. But it's life. Things do get in the way. But you got to take on this. If you disagree with me, let me know. Thanks for watching.